All right, folks, good Friday morning. Today's Friday, September 20th, 2024, and this is your weekly safety meeting. My name is Dennis Davis. I work in the safety department. We are located in the Z building, ground level, center of the room, right next to the pillars. So if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to stop by. So safety is one of the core values of this company. We will operate safely, and we will not sacrifice the safety of you, our driver associate, or the motoring public for economic gain. It's a part of who we are. We're glad you're here with us this morning. We are live here in Springfield, Missouri. We are simulcasting to our other terminals, Pittston, Pennsylvania, and Salt Lake City. And of course, we are live across all the socials. So welcome to our folks that are watching us right now live, and those folks that will be watching in the future, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So thank you for being here with us this morning. As always, breakfast is free. So if you haven't placed your order yet, jump in line, place your order. All three locations. Our hardworking folks, John Blanson and his staff, take care of us every single week, and they did a fabulous job over the last month or so, taking care of us at all the company picnics. So let's give those folks a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. One of these days, Blanchett will peek his head up over there, and we'll drag him up there and be able to tell him thank you to his face and in person. So again, we are live at our other locations. Let's go east. I promise you Rick Ifford is not there because he's here. I think we got Richard Brock with us this morning. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
Good looking crowd you got there. Tell us what you got going on in Pittston.
You know, we don't have a whole lot going on, but we do have a couple of updates that I want to let you know about. So we've talked about the property that used to be R&L that is down the street on the left-hand side just before you get to the training pad. We are getting ready to demo that building. So we're waiting on one more permit, and then we're going to be able to get started on that. That's going to open up some more parking, and we're going to move more of the pedigree equipment off of the yard, which is going to open up more space on the yard for drivers to come in. Aside from that, no other big updates, but we do have a good crowd here. We had a great orientation. Weather is starting to cool off. We're starting to come into those winter months, and so we talked about it a little bit last week when they got up there on the safety meeting. And I want to talk to everyone just a little bit about making sure that you guys have the stuff that you have out there when you're on the road in those winter months, making sure that you do have the chains, making sure that you do have a heater, you have something that's going to keep you warm, having some extra blankets and things like that to get you through in case you do end up in a spot where you are not able to continue and you need to shut down and get to a safe spot. Remember that when you're choosing a spot that you're going to pull over, don't choose a spot that's going to put you in danger of other traffic that's coming around and cause the accident to be worse. So really try to trip plan out. If you don't have an Atlas, get one. Make sure you're looking at those things while you're out there on the road and be safe. That's all I got, Dennis.
Hey, that's the best elevator speech about safety and winter weather driving I've heard in a long time. Thank you so much, Richard. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to jump on the microphone.
Thank you.
All right, let's go west, Salt Lake City, Utah. Jonathan Grice, good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys. How are you today?
Doing fantastic. What's going on in Utah?
Awesome. Not a whole lot of news, like Richard said, either out here west, but we've had some really favorable weather recently. We've been in the low to mid 70s the last week or so, and it looks like the forecast, we're going to maintain that. Did want to mention, obviously, as well, we had a really nice class and orientation this week. I had the pleasure of meeting each of those individuals on Wednesday. Really excited to get those careers started for those folks as well. I know we're probably going to mention it much more later on, but this is Driver Appreciation Week, so I wanted to express my sincere gratitude to everyone as well that goes out there and services our customers each and every day.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jonathan. If you or your crew out there out west has any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to jump to them on the microphone.
You bet. Thank you, guys.
All right, right back here, home, Springfield, Missouri. Good morning, folks. Woo! Come on, we can do better than that. Salt Lake City is making you guys look bad. All right, yeah, get a little bit of enthusiasm. There's always something exciting going on here at Prime. Just the last few weeks, we had the TDC and the company picnic, so that got some some exciting times going on. This week is Driver Appreciation Week. You see John and I and a lot of the associates are around the building with these fancy I Love Prime driver shirts on. Thank you to the marketing department for getting those out. You can pick those up, at the company store if you want one. But I do see a lot of neon vests around, and I saw some, definitely in Pittston and Salt Lake City. That means we're growing, John. That means we've got some new folks here. So if this is your first week at Prime, if you would, just stand for me at all 3 locations so we can welcome you to the team. Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Welcome to Prime. Thank you for choosing us. You guys had some options. You guys probably have a really good work history, really good driving record. So you had some options on where you wanted to go to start your trucking journey, and you chose us, and we appreciate that. But here's the cautionary tale. I'm gonna tell you, we're not perfect. We're not always gonna get it right. We get it right a lot of the time, about 98% of the time, right, Steve Lucky? But we're not perfect. And that's one of the reasons that we do meetings like this. This is one of the reasons that we're so transparent as a company, because we understand that, as experienced as Steve is, and John with his 20 plus years in the trucking industry, he doesn't have all the answers, and he doesn't have all the answers. A lot of the answers and a lot of the solutions are, even taking a step back, identifying some of the challenges come from our drivers that are out on the road, that are our on-site representatives at each and every customer every single day. So don't stop giving us that feedback. Don't stop telling us what you think. We've got a lot of different avenues and resources available to you for you to get that across to us. Of course, bias, former fleet manager here. If you're my driver and there's something's going on, big, small, I want to know about it. I'm going to be your conduit. I'm going to be your contact to get that information to the right folks, whether it's safety, whether it's sales, whether it's leasing, whatever the case may be. Give that fleet manager that opportunity to do his or her job and make sure they get you taken care of. So with me this morning, I didn't took the whole 15 minutes that we had to talk. I took it all myself. So with me this morning is John Harden, 20-year associate, longtime associate, worked nights, worked as a fleet manager in the reef division, did some work in intermodal, and we stole him over in the safety department. Good morning, John.
Good morning. I was about to go eat breakfast, kind of getting hungry listening to you talk about it. But so good morning. I'm John Harden. I'm in the safety department. As Dennis mentioned, we want to welcome everybody, especially echo Jonathan and saying thank you for all you do. It is Driver Appreciation Week. And then the new folks in the yellow vest at the terminals, we appreciate you being here. And like Dennis said, we do a lot of research, a lot of thorough research. So if you're here, we know that you're the best of the best, and we think that you picked the best company. As Dennis had mentioned, we're an open book. So if you have questions, please ask. You can ask one of us. You can ask anybody that's up here speaking today. But your fleet manager is truly your lifeline to your business. So if there's anything that you have a question on, even if you're just not unsure about something, it doesn't hurt to ask, especially if you're new to the business, because something that you think might be very minute could be a bigger deal down the road. So that fleet manager driver relationship is the utmost importance when you're starting your business here, and no different than your relationship with your payroll associate, your road assist associate. The safety team, we're not mean. We like to visit and talk with folks too. You don't have to just come see us whenever we tell you to come in here. So, use that card, go anywhere in the building, meet as many people as you can, and ask all the questions you'd like.
One of the things I like about this company, John, as I just pan the room, is access. It's not one of our core values, at least not stated, but it's one of the things that's obvious. You pan the room. I saw the director of HR standing over here to do, director of payroll, the guy in charge of the training department, our vice president of sales and marketing, director of corporate security. We've got our comptroller over here. We got our president here. Probably in a few minutes, Robert himself will be here. I think I saw Rodney, IT director, in line to get breakfast. The folks that make the decisions for this company are right here, sitting next to you, right here in this room. At Salt Lake City and Pittston, you got the terminal managers with microphones in their hands right there. You have access to whoever, whatever you need. here at Prime, and we're pretty proud of that. There are no silos. Not many folks have offices here that you've got to make an appointment to see. Just come and talk to us. We're here.
All right, well, let's jump right into inspections this week. So, this week we're going to talk a little bit about two different inspections that we saw, speeding and logs. And that's a pretty common conversation that we've had over the past couple of weeks here. So, we don't get speeding tickets driving across I-70 where the speed limit's 70, 75 miles an hour. We get speed limits when we're in populated areas, when the speed limit reduces, right? So I can't tell you how many times I talk to drivers about a critical event, maybe a stoplight. Hey, why didn't you stop here? Well, I couldn't get stopped. So we pull up the event, we maybe look at it, and I notice that they're maybe going at the speed limit or 5 miles per hour over the speed limit, right? So really pay attention to those speed limit signs. We're hauling 80,000 pounds down the road potentially. So, what's best for somebody that's in a Ford F-150 or a GMC is probably not best for us, especially in conditions where there's other people around. So make sure we're paying attention, make sure we're observant, make sure we're giving ourselves plenty of time to react, stop, whatever the case may be. The log violations, make sure that we're talking to our log advisors. If you have questions, if you're uncertain about something, and I'll just use the PC program as an example. So, the PC program that we have where we call in and we ask for permission to turn the PC on. We get a lot of phone calls that say, why don't you just punish the people that abuse it, right? Well, we were already doing that. We were already taking it away from them. Our violations are from drivers that didn't know that they were violating the PC, so the personal conveyance. So, if you have questions, just reach out and ask. But, let's tighten these up. Let's help our CSA scores. Let's just do better all around. And most importantly, let's be safe and let's keep that money in your pocket instead of paying those citations.
And I go through the inspections every single week, and I'd be remiss if I don't talk about my two pet peeves, the seatbelts and the phones. We still see these every single week. They're reducing. We've deployed about 300 cameras in the fleet, and we'll start to expand that deployment here fleet-wide really quick. Boo, right? Yeah, boo those dang cameras. But they're difference makers. I get it, but they're difference makers. So, we've seen the CSA scores for the unsafe driving over the last 6 months or so start to creep down. We're moving in the right direction of where we want to be. So, but one of those CSA's basics that we do struggle with is hours of service. So we've got Elisha, not Alicia. So Elisha Scarlett from our log department, she's going to come up and give us a little bit of information about logs. So our log department is really strong, folks. Come on up. If you need something, they can help you out. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing okay.
So we are talking about inspections. I'm going to kind of piggyback off of what they were talking about. So something that we see a lot on inspections is lack of paper logbooks. So make sure that whenever you are getting inspected and just every other day on the road, that if you have a paper logbook, we have them over in the plaza building, come get one from us if you don't have it. You need to make sure that you have a paper logbook within arm's reach at all times. So not only is it beneficial if the Qualcomm goes down, but it also has other information in the logbook. So how to send your logs, what you need to do, how you can get to the ELD manual, everything is in that paper logbook. So if you don't have one, come see us at the plaza, we'll get you one. Another thing that we get a lot of calls on is when you are in an inspection, how you send your logs over. So whenever you hand your Qualcomm over to the inspector, you always put it in inspector mode so that they can see what they need to. Make sure whenever they hand it back to you, that you go back into driver mode. After that, they'll give you either an email address, a number, or their name, badge number. If they give you a random number or an email, what you'll need to do is click web services for the number, type it in, close the keyboard, email, go type their email in, close the keyboard, then press send. It tells you when they are sent. So if you don't know how to do it, again, it's in the paper logbook. So just look in it or give us a call. We can talk through it. If you have any questions about it or where to find it, it's going to be in the day log tab. So anytime that you're getting ready to go into an inspection, just remember you're going to have to go to the day log tab. Also, when you get pulled in, go ahead and go on duty. You need to be on duty for the duration of the entire inspection. So those are the big things that we need to remember on inspections, but always, if you have any questions, just give us a call. And like I said, if you need a paper logbook, come see us and we have them. That's really all I have today.
Any questions for logs before we let her off the hook?
Let me off the hook.
Good to go. Thanks, Alicia. Just give her a round of applause. You know, a lot of our log violations that I see every week are just simple low-hanging fruit, and she touched on it. You know, we know you run an electronic logbook, and there may be once or twice a year that you need to produce that paper copy, but you gotta know where it is. You gotta know where it is. It's gotta be in arm's distance, you know. So just little things like that we can tighten up, and we'll see those hours of service, CSA basic scores go down. So what do we got next, John?
All right, we're going to go to our driver health and fitness team next. We're going to bring Rachel up here, which Rachel is a staple here on the Friday morning meetings, but we've got a special guest. We've got Maria from Pittston, who's also going to join us. So good morning, ladies.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rachel. I'm the dietitian with Driver Health and Fitness. And then Maria, are you on there yet? Sorry, I don't see you.
Oh, it's because I'm so tall. I'm here.
Well, awesome. Well, yeah, Maria's going to bring a health tip for you guys today.
Yes, it's stress. None of us have it, right? The funny thing is that we all have it. And what you need to do is you need to learn how to manage it. Because it causes many things. It causes headaches, stomach issues, excessive eating, poor sleep, fatigue. The prolonged side effects of stress are heart disease, high blood pressure. You want to stay away from that stuff. You know, when you're stressed, you know, you can feel it in your chest. You get a little angrier than usual, short-tempered. That's when you have to practice the pause. You have to stop yourself. Okay, reground yourself. And these are the things that you need to do to manage it. You know, we can't all just stop and take a trip to Bali and spend a week at a spa, which, you know, that sounds great, but you need to manage it in a more daily way. And breathing techniques, you know, stop what you're doing. I always tell drivers, people I work with, breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, breathe out for 8 counts. Slows you down. You want to focus on your eating. Get rid of that processed stuff, fruits, vegetables, that stuff. You know, you eat the stuff that's not so good for you. You're not going to feel well. You want to eat your greens, fruits, vegetables. You want to improve your sleep. And here I always tell everyone to treat yourself like a toddler. You might not want to hear that, but a nice sleep routine is very beneficial for you. Start slowing down an hour before you lie down. Make quiet time for yourself. We're always on. You're on the computer. You're on your phone. You're scrolling. Make time for quiet time. Focus on one thing at a time. You know, we have a laundry list of things that we need to do. You can't get it all done at once. You need to take it one step at a time. And on that list of things that we have to do, I always tell drivers, I always tell everyone I work with, you make sure that you put yourself number one and to take care of yourself, because life catches up to you. Talk to people. Talk to people who are going to give you good advice and help you through a situation. You want to stay away from the gossip stuff, okay? That's negativity. And to always take care of you. And this is the part where I said, dancing too, that's always a stress release. And I wanted to put on a song, but team safety told me I wasn't allowed to. And laugh, have a good time, find joy. But thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Maria. Any questions for her or any questions about stress or mental health? Okay, real quick, I was going to have Brianne pull up some resources on the DHF website. Has anyone ever been to the Driver Health and Fitness resources from their Prime app? Yeah, nice. Okay, we got at least one. So cool. So you can get to us through the Prime app. You just go to the My Prime home or on the drop down on the left side. Either way, it'll bring you to Driver Health and Fitness, and it will bring you to all of our lists of resources. So one of the resources that we have under the Services tab is called Primed for Life, and that has a bunch of mental health resources. So there is and Brianne is just kind of showing you how you get there. So under that, you can go to some counseling services. If you are a company driver, you have 3 free counseling sessions per year. If you are an independent driver, then you have access to it's called the NAWP. That's kind of like group pricing for some insurance and for some services. And then one other thing that I wanted to bring up real quick is that September is National Suicide Awareness Month. Does anyone happen to know the suicide hotline? So 911 is for emergencies. 9AA is the suicide hotline. So if someone that you know is struggling with mental health, or if you are struggling with that, please share the Prime for Life resources with them. And then, just share the 988 number as well. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you very much to both of you. Thank you, Rachel and Maria. You know, we think about our physical health, but we need to think about our mental health just as much. And, you know, when you're out there driving down the road, we talk about securing the freight, securing the equipment, but first and foremost, we need to think about you. You know, you're the most important asset on that tractor. You're the most important asset that we have here at Prime. So we want you to be healthy. We want you to be happy. And if you have any issues, please reach out to somebody. We have resources to help.
All right, shifting gears here a little bit. One of the most requested speakers that he never wants to get up here and talk is always Mark Piley, because folks want to know about what's going on with the facility. You know, how are we growing? What are you guys adding? What's going to be new? So we're going to ask Mark Piley. He's the guy in charge of making sure this place looks good, stays modern, and probably save a few dollars too, right?
Well, that's our goal. One thing I want to tell you guys how much we appreciate your driving. You're the reason why we're here. Our facilities maintenance and housekeeping department across all the different terminals are there to give you guys the best facilities possible. One of my other opportunities that I get to do here at Prime is head up our capital projects. One of the things that we're doing here in Springfield right now, or just completed the project, is our additional parking for trailers just to the west of the facility. We added an additional 185 parking spaces over there, which helps clear out the loaded up spaces here on the main campus. So that should help a bunch as well. Future project that we've got here in Springfield is our trailer shop, both a repair shop and rebuild shop. It's going to be a little over 200,000 square foot facility, climate controlled. I believe there's like 18 repair bays, 16 rebuild bays. That's going to help our maintenance department get those trailers in and out much quicker, make those available for you guys to utilize on a much better, efficient manner. Over in our Prime East facility, we've got a container stacker project going on that is basically going to help clear off the east side of that facility to provide a little bit more parking over there as well, and keep that EcoShred storage system a little bit cleaner and more efficient for those guys. As Rick mentioned earlier from Pittston, that R&L property acquisition that we made, we're in the process of getting ready to demo the old building off of that lot. We should be adding, what did we say, about 125 more trailer parking spaces there, which will give the Pittston facility a lot of relief for their crowded trailer and tractor parking there. So that's going to happen real quick. In Bedford Park, our intermodal facility, we're going to be doing some improvements to the parking lot behind the building. Right now it's a gravel lot that we have issues with driving through it and so on and so forth there. We're going to be concreting that and making some valuable trailer parking spots back there, make it to where they can stack the containers a little bit better. We just finished today, actually, the security fencing and gate project in front for inbound and outbound. We don't have the actuators on the gates yet, so they're basically going to be chained open until we can get the actuators installed. But that project is going to help security there as well. Also in the building, we're in the design stages for some driver amenities. We're going to be looking to add a lounge, driver lounge, laundry equipment, showers. So that'll help that facility in a good way. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Oh, also here in Springfield, again, in the design stages, we have west of our facility, as far west as you can get. We're going to utilize every square inch of property that we have here at Prime, and we're fixing to run out with the two different projects we got going between the trailer shop, and we're going to be adding a Pedigree lot and a sales office to the west. It will, again, help free up some of the trailer parking that Pedigree currently uses in our existing location, our existing trailer spaces. So that'll be another big relief for parking at the Springfield location. See if I'm missing anything. That pretty much is it. Is any questions I can answer for you guys? Excellent. Thank you. Again, thank you.
All right, thanks, Mark. You know, when we talk about Driver Appreciation Week, you know, it's always fun to celebrate, but really, you know, every day is Driver Appreciation Day, and it's not through necessarily words, it's through deeds. Everything that Mark talked about, it comes from you guys, it comes from requests. It's to provide more value-added services and more space and resources for our driver base. So, you know, Robert and Daryl and the leadership team, this is their way of saying thank you. We want to provide a space for you to feel comfortable and be able to utilize comfortably. So, all right, who we got next, John?
Do you want to pick a number?
What?
Let's pick a number. Just a random number.
Oh, okay, yeah.
One, you, sir. 1 through 236. What number?
What you say? 157. So let's see what you just picked.
All right, the odds of them being in this room are probably not good. All right, so number 157, this is very random. Mark Seafried on Maurice Anna's fleet, truck 649588. So Mark, if you're out there listening, you just won.
A camera. You won a camera. All right, we're going to get you.
Give him a round of applause.
I'm a terrible person. I shouldn't do that. Tell them what they won.
You won a $100 gift card courtesy of Netrodyne. So congratulations.
You said it was Mark
Seafried.
Mark Seafried. So we assume you're not here, but when you get here, we've got a $100 gift card for you. Frank Lancaster at Netrodyne over there in the corner with the rest of the vendors. We'll introduce them a little bit later, but just another just small thank you to our driver base.
Okay, now we can go to Justin Kaufman in our tractor shop.
All right, come on up, Justin.
Thank you, guys. I just wanted to give a quick update because it's been a while since we spoke on CARB Clean Truck Check. So, you know, last year, California enhanced a rule called Clean Truck Check. This rule is designed to ensure that the after-treatment systems are properly cleaning the exhaust engines, the exhaust emissions coming out of the engine. And so it's to make sure that the after-treatment system is working as designed to clean up the emissions. So in this rule, what they required us to report all of our trucks into their database, you know, that we're entering California. And we did that. We also paid a fee, which was part of your permit fee. And so your truck, you know, on our authority is registered in their system. But part two of that is that they're requiring us to actually do an emission systems test, plug into the truck, an OBD2 test, so that we check and make sure that the sensors and the system is working properly, and we upload those results to the CARB database. And so, you know, the testing deadlines for this part two start in 2025, and you can do a test, you know, based on the law in a 90-day window prior to the deadline. But for this first test, CARB has sent us a message saying, hey, you can go ahead and start early and start your testing early. And so we have a team of prime mechanics that are certified, that have went through this testing over 100 mechanics are now certified, ready to test trucks, and we've actually been doing it successfully in our shops. We do it in Pittston, Pennsylvania, Salt Lake City, Utah, here, Decatur. But in the up and coming days, we're going to be loading a PM in on our system, very similar to the way you see tractor PMs today and your air filter PM, so that you'll be able to see it on the Prime app on when your clean truck check PM is due. And we're going to start testing. And we want to get these knocked out. I will say that this is probably a 15 to 30-minute process, as long as there's no fault codes on your truck. If there's a fault code, if there's a problem with your truck, with the after treatment system, we're going to have to get that fixed. And, we may even have to, and we've seen where your truck will have to do a set number of cycles in order for it to actually pass that carb clean truck check test. So, if you don't have any check engine lights, you ought to pass flying colors. If you do, we're going to have to get that fixed, get it reported, get it updated to carb. But look for that to come. Once again, if you get this check done, this clean truck check done at a Prime terminal, that's covered. If you get it done out of the road, these over-the-road shops charge a lot, or what I've seen, quite a lot to do this pretty basic, simple test, but that'll be on you. But that's once again why we've got a team of mechanics certified. And I'll also say that, our end goal with this is that we're going to push our Telemax provider to be able to do this remotely, so that we don't have to do this manually. And so that's already in the works. Brianne's working on that. And we have some light commitments, I would say, to get that done by the end of the year, but we'll have to see how that all shakes out. And that will be the really great thing, is that, we'll be able to do this remotely, not even touch the trucks. But I want to make everybody aware, in case you encounter that, you see it on the app, but the deadlines are based on the last digit of your VIN number. So that's how we're determining the deadlines. So, but I'll be around after this meeting. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. That's all I got.
All right. Thanks, Justin.
Yep. Thank you all.
At every single one of these meetings, well, not everyone, most of these, it's always important for us to get a fleet manager up here to speak. As I talked about it a little bit earlier, the relationship between driver and fleet manager is really the most important relationship that's going to happen here at Prime. So we don't have a fleet manager here in Springfield. We got one in Pittston that's going to come up and talk. We've got the pride of St. Louis in Pittston, Pennsylvania, Stephen Benz. Good morning, Stephen. How are you?
I'm doing great, Dennis. How are you?
Doing fantastic. What do you got for us this morning?
So I wanted to talk real quick about kind of trailer procedures. So I'm going to start off saying, first and foremost, there needs to be a lock on the trailer 100% of the time. And yes, that does mean empty as well. So part of your pre-trip on your trailer should include checking to make sure your lock is actually on that trailer 100% of the time. Obviously, we catch a lot of these trailers without locks as they're entering in our terminals. So make sure you do not remove your lock before you go through the inbound bay. You definitely don't want to get hit with a lock violation on that just because you took it off before you went through inbound. Finally, talk about trailers as well. Before you're going home, make sure you have a plan together with your fleet manager where you're going to be dropping that trailer, that make sure it's secure. Just because you dropped the trailer somewhere before you went home last time doesn't mean this time it's going to be available. So make sure you have a good plan to actually put that trailer in a secure place so it can be available to other drivers. That's it.
So real quick, let's follow along that thought process right there. As a fleet manager, so if I'm going home, I'm on your fleet, when do you want me to start asking as far as where I should drop my trailer, Stephen?
I would say the moment you're dispatched on the load to go home.
There you go. So that's going to prevent a lot of headaches. I remember as a fleet manager, I know Dennis does, I know you've had it happen, but maybe we get down somewhere and we deliver, and where we dropped our trailer last time, they've got way too many empty sitting there. So we've got to take it somewhere else. You're banking on going to this spot. You've already made plans. There can be some frustration in there. So as Stephen said, as soon as you know you're going home, start reaching out to your fleet manager on where you're going to drop your trailer so you can plan accordingly.
Hey guys,
Always a
this is
pleasure,
Richard.
Stephen. Oh, go ahead, Richard.
I'm just going to jump in on that just for a second there. You know, I talked about it last week, snapping a picture, taking a picture of that clean trailer when you do drop it or when you do pick that trailer up. Take a quick picture of the sides of the trailer and the back of the trailer with that lock on there. It's just that extra piece of covering your tail in case something does happen, and showing that you've got that lock on that trailer in case something happens and somebody tries to break into that trailer. You can show, hey, look, I did the right thing. I'm making sure I'm protecting our freight out there.
Sounds good, guys. So Bill Baining's standing in the back here. He's with corporate security. He's not speaking this week, but maybe we'll get him up here in the next couple of weeks. Thieves are out there. They want what's in your trailer. They want your trailer. So it's important that you protect your equipment. So thank you, Stephen. Always a pleasure to see you. Appreciate you guys coming up this morning. And you have a good Friday.
All right, let's give Stephen a round of applause. So I think we've got everyone's favorite speaker up next, don't you think? Talking about fuel.
You know, so there's a few people that always get attacked at these meetings on social media. There's, of course, Paul Higgins.
Correct.
You know, I'll take second place, but third place is always our good accounting friend, Sam Messick. So Sam, I think I saw you up. You're over here. Oh, you're going to bring your buddy Darren with you too. So this is Sam Messick and Darren Stagner. You know, our shirts say,
distribute it, right?
I love prime drivers, but we tolerate accountants too. So good morning, guys.
Good morning. I think it's because I'm Canadian, Dennis, but I don't know. And by the way, this is Devin Stagner. I think, what did you call him? Oh, I thought you said Darren. He did say Darren Stagner. No, yeah, this is Devin Stagner. We both work up in the accounting department, do the fuel and wash management for Prime. So just wanted to give you a couple updates on things this morning. We continue to ask for your help on our reefer fuel optimization testing. So for those of you that don't know, we are rolling out a reefer fuel optimization portion, or I guess functionality within our fuel optimization tool. So far testing's going well. We've gotten some really good feedback. I was talking to Anthony Eck yesterday. He had some really good pointers for us, things we need to adapt and change within the optimization tool. So I probably need 20, 30 more folks over the next 2 to 3 weeks to test it for us and give us feedback. So if you'd be willing to do that, if you wouldn't mind calling the fuel desk and just letting them know that you want to participate in the reefer fuel optimization test, and then give them your truck number, they'll send that over to me and we'll get you added. And then the only thing that we would ask from you from there is just feedback on what do you think of the recommendations? Are they what you would have done? Does something look super funky or weird? And you'll automatically see the reefer optimization as part of your overall fuel optimization. So you won't have to do anything on your end. Just once we turn it on for you, it'll start showing up. So if 20, 30 folks could help us out with that, that would be a big help. You'll be helping a lot of other operators make this a better tool for the betterment of the fleet. One of the other things that we wanted to just kind of get out there, I think it's supposed to be like the hottest weekend ever in September, toward the end of September here. But so it's kind of weird to start thinking about this stuff. But Devin, do you maybe want to talk a little bit about fuel additives? We're getting towards the late fall, mid-fall, winter season time of the year. So what do we need to be prepared for?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's unfortunate that we're already getting to that time where we have to talk about winter fuel additives, but we are getting close to it. So we just wanted to make everybody aware. We are going to be making a change in our winter fuel additive product that we're using in our bulk fuel tanks here in the terminals, as well as the bottles that we sell. So that way you can take over the road. We're going to be moving from Pinray over to InnoSpec. InnoSpec is a great product. It's tested equally as well, if not better.
Better for sure.
Than the Pinray did. So we're pretty excited about that.
And it's a much cheaper product, by the way, for you all on a treat rate, the new product that we'll be using. So
yeah, and we do still have quite a bit of the Pinray inventory left over. So as you're leaving the terminal, if you don't have any winter fuel additive on your truck, it's always good to have some just in case. Like we said, we're getting to that time of year where it is starting to get a little bit cooler. So, stock up on a couple bottles of it. One bottle of it is meant to treat 250 gallons of fuel, I believe.
Correct.
So you don't need a whole lot, just enough to where, if you're going up north somewhere and the weather decides to change real quickly, you will have that on hand. It treats everything down to -15 to 20
Negative 15
degrees.
to 20 degrees if you treat one bottle to 250 gallons. And our encouragement is just make sure you get it from the terminal if you can. The stuff that we use compared to the other products in the marketplace, the stuff that we use is a premier product, but it's also very cheap. I think we sell it for right around $6 a bottle to you all. The price is actually going down a little bit this year. It's a third of the price of what you're going to pay over the road. So much better product at a much better price.
And then the one other thing on the winter fuel additive is we will start treating our bulk tanks here in Springfield, Pittston, Salt Lake City around the middle of October. We're shooting for an October 15th date. It'll be around that time. So if you are going to be fueling at the terminal anytime after October 15th, until further notice, until we announce that we're not doing it anymore, no additional fuel treatment will be needed in that fuel that you get from the terminal. Of course, it is still smart to have some additionally on your truck. So
yeah, don't waste your money after October 15th and treat fuel that you got from the terminal any more than has already been treated. It's treated plenty well, I can promise you that. So save your money, save those bottles for later fuel purchases. Devin, we're also in kind of a odd weather time of the year with hurricane season. I know we just had a little bit of a scare a couple weeks ago there. Maybe just talk to us a little bit about where do we go to see the most up-to-date information, best information about truck stop closures and things. We don't want to obviously get stuck without a truck stop nearby that's open where we can get some fuel.
Yep, I actually was just looking it up this morning. September is right in the heart of hurricane season, so it's important to stay up to date on all of that stuff going on. I've had some blue beacons closing down. I've had obviously fuel stops down south closing down. Sam sent out a message here a week or two ago that had the resources, the websites that you can go to for Love's, Pilot TA, stuff like that, to where you can see the different station closings. So in an effort to not bombard your inbox with every single station that closes and reopens, save that message that Sam sent out. It has all the most up-to-date information on their websites. If you don't have that information yet, give us a call, send us a message. We'll get it over to you. And then anytime you're going, down into the southeastern area or anywhere where that hurricanes might be a possibility, just make sure that you're keeping an eye on those resources and watching out for those stations that might be closed down due to weather.
And that's all within the Prime mobile app, right? So under the travel update section of the Prime mobile app is where we send that message out. So just keep an eye on those location closures and stuff as we deal with weather situations through the rest of the season here. Just to kind of get ahead of something, we are in the process, Rodney and his team and our IT group, we've been asking for this, and we think it's going to be a really big deal. We're making some updates to the net fuel cost calculation. I won't go into a ton of detail about that right now, but we're targeting around the 1st of October that will go live. So traditionally, Prime, I guess I would simply say it this way. We always preach, whenever you're purchasing fuel, ignore the impact of state fuel taxes, right? We always say, don't worry about the IFTA taxes, worry about just the cost of the fuel when you're purchasing fuel. But then whenever we go calculate your net fuel cost, we include the fuel tax. So we're going to fix that and remove the fuel tax from the net fuel cost calculation. Just a heads up, that is going to, some folks that think they're doing a great job buying fuel today might realize that they're not once we make this change, and vice versa. The bottom line is the way to make sure that you're doing a good job purchasing fuel is use the optimization tool. We're not saying you have to follow it like it's the Bible, but at least use it as a gauge, as a tool to help guide you to the right areas of the country, the right fuel stops. And then last thing, Devin, do you just want to talk a little bit about trailer prompting at the pump? So whenever you're setting up a transaction at the pump, just a quick reminder about your trailer number.
Yeah, so anytime that you're going to fuel at the pump, especially if it's reefer fuel, this is when it matters most. If you are not attached to the trailer that you are physically putting the reefer fuel into on that dispatch. You need to let your dispatcher know immediately. So if for any reason you're not entering in the variable prompting, if for any reason you're not entering in the trailer number that you are actually putting the fuel into, you need to let the dispatcher know immediately. That way the reefer chargeback process works correctly. You get the credit for the reefer fuel that you pumped, all that good stuff. So we have been seeing sometimes, trailers get attached a little bit after the fact, even if it's just a couple minutes after the transaction goes through, it won't register correctly. And then it's a whole process from there. So just to get ahead of the game, make sure that anytime that you're prompting in, punching in the trailer number, make sure that it is the correct trailer number. And if it's not, reach out to your dispatcher as soon as possible to get that issue taken care of.
That's super important to make sure the whole reefer chargeback process happens correctly, right? The reefer reimbursement and chargeback process. So those trailer numbers need to be correct. Otherwise, I think we're ready for questions. We do have, Devin was hiding a couple pilot gift cards up at his desk. So we've got a couple to give away. So I can't really think of a great trivia question. So I guess being that Devin's up here, my question would be, does anybody know what department we stole Devin Stagner from at Prime? Where did he work prior to coming over to accounting? I like it. Yeah.
Yes. Good guess.
Anybody? Nobody. No guesses. Oh man. What did? Okay. No, he didn't. Well, so I'll give you a hint. It's over in the Z building. Independent contractors interact with this group every day. There we go. Okay, that guy right back there. We'll catch you. Yeah, Devin's got you. Any questions for us before we get out of the way? Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. No questions. All right.
All right, thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. A lot of great information there. Thank you, guys. Then they stole your microphone.
How dare you, Darren, steal my microphone?
I thought I heard something like that whenever you introduced him, but I didn't want to say anything. So,
charge it to my brain and not my heart. I apologize. So this is always the coolest part of the meeting. Of course, we get to tell you if you have any technology issues, challenges with the Prime mobile app, with the GeoTab tablet, camera questions, you can come to safety. But technology stuff, we've got the experts over here to my right, Richard and Brienne, that create a line, ask them questions, try to stump them. I promise you, you won't be able to do it. They're probably next to Devin and Sam. These are probably the two smartest folks in the room right now. So, and of course, around the room, we've got the I Love Prime Driver shirts on, but of course they're red because on Fridays we wear red here at Prime. It's an acronym, RED, Remember Everyone Deployed. So if you served in the armed forces, if you defended this country in uniform, please stand for just a second so we can properly honor you. Thank you so much for your service to the country. So
you bet. We appreciate your service to our country. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
You just gonna hijack me, huh?
Well, no, not really. Not really. I just had a couple things I want to tag on to, and you were involved in one of them. So, we talk about our scores, and we had a question yesterday from one of our sales guys who has a new customer that wants to work with us, but they saw those CSA scores, right, Dennis?
Yes, sir, we did.
And they were concerned, correct?
Yes, they are.
So as we in sales are out here trying to get the very best freight we possibly can with the very highest rate we possibly can, you all just need to understand that we're all in this together. And when you, for whatever reason, choose not to wear a seat belt or bypass the scale and we get written up, that really jacks our scores up. And it does not reflect the true safety of our company. I believe that.
I agree with it 100%. I said it earlier, low-hanging fruit, absolutely low-hanging fruit. And because you've got your seatbelt tucked under your left shoulder and you get written up, does that mean you're an unsafe driver? No, I don't think that's what it means. It means you're non-compliant.
That's what it means. You're not compliant. You got an ego problem for whatever reason. So we just need to do a little bit better on these CSA scores. It will help us all. It will help our customer base. Part of service, the biggest part of service is really safety. So please consider that as you decide to become a professional truck driver. You folks that have chosen Prime, we appreciate it and think you've made a great choice. But we have to be compliant in every area. So I really thank you all as far as driver appreciation. I tell you, I thank you every day. Every day I get out of bed and go to work, I think about you all out there fighting the battle, dodging some of these cars like Paul Higgins, the way he drives. And, you know, everybody's looking for a reason to wreck you. So please be careful. We thank you for what you do. Every day at Prime's a driver appreciation day. Thank you guys.
Don't go. You stay here. You stay here. And we're going to kick John out and bring you up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then we're going to ask Daryl Hopkins to come on up and join us here. You know, here's some of the feedback we get from this meeting. You know, folks enjoy listening to me and John banter, but this is the reason folks tune in. You know, it's not every day that a $2.5 billion company has, you know, the CEO and founder, the president and the vice president up here every single Friday. Thank you guys for doing this with us every Friday. And I'll let you guys take it, but we got a video that we need to play really quick, and then I'll turn it over to you two. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hello, Prime drivers. It's Driver Appreciation Week again, and I want to be the first to thank you for what you do every day. Freight business has been tough the last couple of years, but we've seen it through. You all have done a fantastic job. Things are improving on a daily basis thanks to your service. So here at Prime, I want you to know that you truly are appreciated. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Daryl Hopkins, president of Prime. I'm really just happy about any opportunity to tell our drivers thanks. And I mean this really from the bottom of my heart. I think driving a professional driver is one of the toughest careers I've ever seen. I just truly appreciate what you guys do every day. We're so lucky to have the very best drivers, the very most professional drivers on the planet, and it's why we're successful. So thank you very, very much.
Happy Driver Appreciation Week.
From out here at the Salt Lake City, Utah Trailer Shop, we want to thank all the drivers for all you do. Thank you.
Thank you from Trailer Rebuild.
Thank you from Pittston Parts.
Thank you
from the Pittston Tractor Shop.
Thank you.
For all the drivers out there, thank you from the Pittston Trailer Maintenance Shop.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you from Pittston Rebuild.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that you guys do.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Salt Lake City Tractor Shop. We all say thank you, truck drivers.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you guys do here from Salt Lake City Cafe. Have a great day.
Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From Salt Lake City True Salon Spa, we thank you for all that you do.
Thank
you.
Thanks for all that you do.
Happy Driver Appreciation Week. Thank you for all you do out there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you from True Salon Spa.
Thank you from the North Star Grill in Pittston.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Steve Wetke, Vice President of Sales here at Prime Incorporated. I just wanted to take this minute to thank you all very much for what you do. You know, nationally, this is Driver Appreciation Week for you all. And here at Prime, we believe very strongly that it should be every day. We need to thank you very much for what you do for our company as well as for our country. I'm sure I'm not sharing anything with you that you all haven't felt. This has been a really tough 24 months. The industry in general has suffered tremendously with the economic issues that we've encountered since COVID. However, our numbers are picking up again. We're excited about where we are. I just cannot thank you enough for trusting Prime and trusting our strategy and our management team. Your fleet managers have been a big part of the strategy that we've had in place. And thank you very much again for all that you have done. We want you to be safe, and we thank you for being safe. Have a great week. Thanks for everything you've done. Be safe. I was into safety. I was telling you, and I'll tell you again, be safe. Appreciate y'all. Daryl, go ahead.
Well, I guess I just had a couple things I want to say. One, I think these kind of events are super cool. I just think it's really cool anytime you can do something special or have a special time for whether it's an individual or our group of drivers, Driver Appreciation Week. Free swag, we've got free food all day. I think everybody appreciates being appreciated. But Steve said it, and every year about this time, there's articles that come out that I read, and they kind of repeat themselves from the previous years, but they all say the same thing, and that is, as vital, as important as our drivers are, why is it just 1 week a year? Why isn't it driver appreciation every day? Because you truly are the heart, you're the heart of this organization. You're important not just to us, but to America. So these articles, and I didn't want to miss, so I wrote a couple things down. These articles always say, well, here's things you should consider to show your appreciation throughout the year. And I wrote them down because I thought, well, how did Prime do? Or how do we do? So first one on the list was respect. Do you treat them with respect? And I think about other trucking companies that I've been to, where when you walk in as a driver, you walk up to a glass window and say, I'd like to speak to my dispatcher, who then they call and he comes out to the front. And I think about our building and the way we're set up, and you guys all should already know this, but you can go anywhere. It's really the idea that we're all equal. We're all, I don't care if you're in-house or driver, we're all important. And you can go anywhere in this building. Anywhere I can go, you can go. In fact, there's really places in this building you can go that I'm not supposed to go, like the bunk rooms and the driver showers. I'm not supposed to be in there, but you can. But there's nowhere that I can go that you can't go. To me, I think that shows respect, that we're all part of the same company. It talked about facilities. Well, I don't think I've got to go on very long about that. I think if you look at our building, if you've been in any other trucking company, we just blow them away. But interestingly to me, I walk in this place and I think, man, it is super nice. And then I'm talking to Robert and he travels around a little bit. He's seen other places. He goes, oh, we've got some improvements we got to make. There's things we can do better for our drivers. So he's not happy with what we have. He wants more. He wants it to be better, improved. Your health. Every article talks about taking care of our drivers' health. Well, I challenge you to find another company, any trucking company, that has 5 people dedicated to driver health and fitness. They're there every day focused on trying to make you healthier. Find me a company. It does not exist. It talks about compensation. How do we make sure that we're taking care of you from a compensation? Well, I can't find a better model than the one we have, where your dispatcher is only successful if you are. They're tied right into your profitability. Talk about a partnership. I mean, nothing was going to motivate these guys more than they have to make you successful or they're not. So to me, you can't beat that model. And why are we here this morning? Our safety meeting talks about safety. It talks about technology. And I think about all the technology. And even on the safety front, think about it. We don't just get up here and talk about it. Robert puts his money where his mouth is. We invest in all the way to safety technology with the sole goal of trying to make you as safe as possible and protect you on the road, because we know it's dangerous. So I could probably go on, and there are more bullets. I won't bore you today. I just wanted to say that, I look at our company and I think, what other company does the owner go out because the drivers challenged him to participate in the truck driving championship and go out there and drive and compete against them? You just don't see those kinds of things. Bottom line is, we care about you and we appreciate you every single day of the year. And our focus is drivers. And it's because we know you are the lifeblood of our company. So for all that, I just want to say thank you very much. And I think you made a great choice in the company you decided to participate in.
Thank you very much, Daryl. Well stated. Well stated. Thank you. So I think we should go ahead and and get El Jefe up here to close out this Driver Appreciation Friday meeting. So the floor is yours, and I think we give him a round of applause. He's done a great job at his position. Thank you.
Thank you. Man, that Gerald, when he gets wound up, he just keeps on talking. I think he's auditioning for a job in the sales department. Man, oh man, we need to put you in front of a customer, man. You can get it on. Good morning, everybody. Happy Driver Appreciation Week. It's good to see you all. We truly do appreciate you. I hope you can tell from the speakers this morning and the other things that we do that we really care. It's not lip service. We care about our folks. Now, I just have one question. It's getting late here. Need to get some of these office folks back to their desk and start doing some work, right? I mean, can I have an amen on them doing a little bit of work? Yeah. But Pittston, I got the tractor. Did I see a Christmas tree in that office? I mean, Rick, you already got a Christmas tree up there? Man, well, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas early. So anyway, folks, we appreciate you. Going to be fun this week. Going to be fun today. We truly appreciate what you do. God bless you, and please be safe.